gentlemen, to the Renatus Jam. My name is Jay Stark, and I am excited to be with you.
One day the music will come down.
There we go. Sorry, it took us a minute.
Once again, vMix delivers, and I've had it running
It
for an
crashed.
hour,
It crashed.
and it hard locked on me.
We tested and everything. That's
Oh, that's awesome.
Like it literally will not let me switch now. And I was just switching.
Are we streaming?
Yeah.
We're streaming.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even seeing the stream on Facebook right now.
I see the poster.
I see the poster.
Oh, I hear us.
Oh, there we go.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome.
people see us.
No.
You know what? Let's do this like legit podcast style then, shall we? Matthew?
Well, Aaron, can you? Is it?
There we go.
There we go. So vMix is unlocked.
All right. So do you want to start
Let loose
over?
the hostage.
Let's start over.
Okay.
We're still rolling on stream, but let's start over so that I have a fresh cut.
Do it. Cut it freshly.
Okay, here we go. Now, I say that. We'll see. Just testing. Hang on. Okay, here we go. This is the real one.
Welcome back to round 2 of the Renatus Jam today. Oh man, our buttons have a mind of their own today, but I am excited to be with you. My name is Jay Stark, and joining me as always is my fearless co-host.
I'm sorry. We're going to do it again.
I think someone needs to fire that guy.
Yeah, please do.
He hasn't been fired. All right, welcome back to the Renatus Jam. This is our third try, but we're going to make it right this time. My name is Jay Stark, and joining me as always is my fearless co-host,
Mr. Matt Snyder.
Mr. Matt Snyder.
We got it.
We got it. Third time's the charm.
Are we clicking? Are we up
We're
and going?
clicking.
And we're
Stuff is
nothing's-
like
okay.
changing. Buttons are being pushed.
Sweet. Well, I like it when a plan comes together, even
On
if
the
it's
third
the third try. So we got it.
Yes.
Yeah, just roll. Roll with it.
How's that? What's that saying? How's that saying? Slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
Yeah.
Is that how that saying goes?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Yeah.
Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. I have seen that like demonstrated in my life so many times in the past couple of weeks, where it's like
how so?
if you just go slow, you'll go smooth, and by being smooth, you're a lot faster than if you went full tilt at it the first time.
Yep. Yeah.
If that was directed at me, I don't appreciate it.
He's upset.
I'm extremely upset.
He's already pushed all the buttons once.
And now Jay's pushing his buttons.
I like how he's
There's
not
enough
not even switching to me. He's like leaving it on.
I'm trying to.
Keeps it on. Keeps the camera. Keeps the camera. Yeah, that's right. This is what the people need to see.
Oh,
That's
man.
our show, everybody. Thanks for watching.
I love this. I need to apologize to all of our viewers who are with us right now. We're having some internal struggles.
Yes.
Existential crisis back here.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Now that we're getting everything sorted, let's go ahead and move on. Mr. Snyder, what's new and exciting?
Well, man, we've it's all things national right now that's on my mind.
Back up. Let's talk today. Today. The day.
It's Wednesday. It's the end of the month.
It is. January 31st.
I wasn't sure what. Yes,
Which
renewals
actually marks.
Your renewal better have been renewed by now.
Yes. Be renewed or be glued. I don't know.
Screwed. Yeah, you should
Get renewed or be screwed.
You should. Sounds worse when you say it like that. So, what Jay means is you should have your renewal done because
Today's the last day.
Today's the last day. Everything's going to click
Today's
over.
the last day. Bob extended the renewal period. He created a grace period of 31 days.
Yep.
Today's the last day. So everybody who's on this call right now, make sure your ICM is renewed. If you have any question at all, get in there and just double check that it got renewed.
Yeah, make sure your payment went through because
Yes.
there's been issues with when somebody's payment declines for whatever reason. It doesn't
They're
go
not getting notified.
Yeah, they're not getting notified and it doesn't go through. Like the ICM renewal does not go through. So the order cancels and it's done.
Yeah, so make sure your payment went through.
So
Make sure your signature, everything looks good on your end, just so you don't get caught tomorrow morning going, why are all of my ICM permissions gone?
yeah, all the tabs will be gone. Your people will be gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Qualification status will be gone.
So get in there and check. Not only get in there and check, but make sure all of your people have also renewed.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, because that's the biggest thing is losing qualification, people, all that kind of stuff. That, I can't imagine that somebody in a situation where they are far down the road with team and qualification would forget or not have it done. But
You know what? I got a text this morning.
yeah,
Today's the last day of the renewal period. I got a text from somebody who's been with us for as long as I can remember.
oh yeah,
And he said, why didn't I get notified about ICM renewals?
really?
And I just thought, you were? We've been talking about it forever. You've gotten emails.
We've been talking about it
media.
since November. Of
Yeah,
last
it's
year.
it's
It
been
was
on
November
every-
1st. We were on, or the beginning of November. We were on this podcast, and it was like a month away from renewals.
Yeah,
But also Founders Live,
every Founders
emails.
Live, emails, social media posts.
Yep.
And I would hope that the different event hosts are talking about it in their events.
I would hope. Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, we've done what we can, and if people aren't paying attention, we cannot. We can't force that.
Yep.
So just make sure that everybody is getting renewed so that they continue with us, because we do not want to leave anyone behind.
Yep.
Renewals.
Get it renewed.
Get renewed. Don't get screwed. That's gonna be next year's tagline. I'm just kidding. That's a bad tagline.
Yeah.
Get renewed. Nope, I can't come up with a better one. That's still a bad tagline. Anyway, all right. Everything else that we are focused on right now has to do with the national conference.
Yes, it does.
So every week on the Founders Live between now and the national, Mr. Hiller says he and his entire team are renewed. Attaboy. Nicely done.
Nice.
And I can't wait to see you, Mr. Hiller, at the national conference.
Well, yes. Looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, gonna be awesome. But every week from now until the national conference, Bob is going to reveal a little more every single week about some of the things we're going to talk about at nationals.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, he's revealed more than I thought.
I have been impressed. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
he still hasn't given away obviously some of the most important and key pieces of what he's talked about he hasn't revealed and won't until the national.
right.
But
there was some stuff that I was like, what?
yeah, I've been a little surprised.
Yeah.
I've been a little surprised. But today
he gets exted.
He does. And as you know, the CEO of the company, he can kind of do whatever he wants.
Yeah, nobody's going to tell him no.
He's got that purview. But today
actually that's not true. I told him no earlier today.
Yeah, you did. And he totally trumped you, but you told him no. Today, I know you guys probably can't see that, but I got our first batch of conference branded pens.
Yeah.
They're here. I'm all in.
Yeah.
Renatus National
And they're
Conference.
spelled correctly, which is just unfortunate because it would have been so much better if they were not.
No.
Yeah, we would have ran with them. It would have been a thing.
No.
Yeah, it would have been like the first year you went out and got them.
All right, confession time.
Yeah.
Here we go. A couple years ago, I'm trying to think. Was it 2020? No, it wasn't 2020. It
more
must
than
have been 21.
Couple, I thought.
In 21.
Okay.
19? Was it 19? Hang on. When was Shift? Was that? Because 2020 was TNT. I'll never forget that one.
No, yeah.
I think 21 was Shift.
I think it was.
Which was shifting higher into focused transformation.
Yes, it
was.
was.
That was the acronym.
Uh-huh.
Well, in my haste, when I submitted the order for pens, I misspelled one of the words.
Mm-hmm.
This, again, 2021. So this is now 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So the company that I work with to order the pens through, it gets funnier. The company that I work with to order the pens through, I get samples from them occasionally. They'll send me a pen with one of our old taglines on it.
Yeah.
I've been using the same company for like 6 years.
Right.
And I don't know what it is about the one time that I misspelled the word focused. I misspelled the word focused. I put an R in there. So it was forkist. So anyway.
Shifting higher into focused transformation.
So we corrected it. I mean, they worked with me. We got another batch of pens in. Nobody ever saw the forkist pens.
Right.
But because of that, I still have like 1,000 of them here. Anyway.
They're my favorite.
The point
they
of the
write
story,
the best.
Because they're forkist. The point of the story is that every time they send me a promotional pen, it says shifting higher into forkist transformation on it.
They haven't corrected the...
What on earth? You can't send me any of our other taglines. It's always got to be that one.
Yeah, no kidding. I thought you were going to say you missed the F.
Forkist?
In shift.
Okist?
I thought that would have been funnier.
Oh, my God. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Hiller. He's like, of all the words to misspell, focus. Shut up.
Right. If you just focused a little harder, Jay.
I am super focused. No, it's with a C. It's FORCUSED, focused.
Hooked on phonics worked for me.
Worked for me. No, I totally messed it up. I want one of those limited edition error pens.
Jay Stark, Spiel's good.
Spiel's good. I spiel it really good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I must be tired, man. Actually, I had a transformative moment. Not a forkist, but a focused transformative moment earlier today in this last meeting we were just in. And it was like a weight was lifted. And Matt was like, yeah, that's what counseling's all about right there.
Trying to explain it to him. Yeah.
So now I just looked at him and I said, thank you, counselor.
Yep. Well, I don't know. I didn't do anything. So I was just in the room. So yeah, you did it. I mean.
But isn't that the reality of all counseling?
A good one, yeah.
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 The person does all the work, but the counselor's just in the room.
It's a guide. I don't know how else. A counselor can get stuff out of you that you didn't know was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway.
A good one. The bad ones just tip from a guy who's had 13 of them. Bad ones, they'll just agree with you. Oh yeah, that person is terrible. Oh yeah, you are a victim. Oh man, your life is hard. You get one of those, you're paying for a shoulder to cry on. You're not paying for counseling.
Yep. All right.
If they're not calling you on your stuff, making you be accountable for your crap, then they're not a good counselor, and you should fire them.
Fire them.
Yeah.
Luckily, I didn't get fired for misspelling the word focused. That's good.
Not yet.
But now let us shift back to talking.
Forkest Gate, 2024.
Oh my god. Let's talk about the national.
Let's do it.
So we have the opportunity at the national conference to hear from Bob Snyder, Woody Woodward. We're going to hear from our illustrious pack. We have the 5-star winner circle who's going to be presenting to us. We actually have opportunity for a pack panel. So we're going to bring the pack up on stage and allow everyone to ask them any question they want.
Just like the panels that we've had at the real estate the Everest conference events. So those have been a huge hit.
They're phenomenal because you gain perspective from multiple people on one problem.
Yep.
And then it's really interesting to me because every panel that we've been a part of, all of the answers seem to align. Even though you're getting these different perspectives, they all have that thread through them that you're like, oh, there it is. I see it all.
Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing. But we've got that. And now that's mostly on the first day.
Yep.
We're going to listen to the 5-star. Excuse me.
You're
the 5-star
excused.
winner circle. Thank you. You even spelled it right. That's nice of you.
I spelled it right?
Yeah.
You mean pronounced it?
Sure.
Okay. Moving on.
Don't try to over-explain a joke. It's just...
Yeah. If you
Takes all the
have to
funny
explain it, you know.
So...
Please check Jay for signs of a stroke.
Right?
both sides of my face are still moving. I think I'm okay. Isn't that a stroke when it doesn't even matter? Here's the deal. So...
Why are you smiling at me with half your face?
Oh my gosh. I can do this. Let's regain this call, folks, shall we?
Yeah.
You guys just, pray for me. Think happy thoughts. Let's get this back on track.
By the time we get to this point in our day, in our Wednesday, we've been in meetings all day.
All day.
And when I say all day, I mean for back to back.
This is about our
all
6th
day.
hour of meeting today.
Yes, or more.
So we're happy to be here. Very happy.
We are.
So, all right, here we go.
Yep.
We have the 5-star winner circle. We have Matt Snyder. We have Bob Snyder. We have moi and the pack panel, as well as a surprise maybe even to him at this point, Cosmo Intermite are going to be presenting. That's all on the first day.
Yeah.
That's day number 1.
It's going to be packed.
It's going to be awesome.
You're going to want to be there.
Yes. So just imagine what the rest is going to contain.
You know what I'm excited about?
What's that?
The second day. That's all.
Don't try to salt me into those waters. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't pull me.
Yeah, it's just make sure you're there.
Yeah, the second day. That's gonna be a day that goes down in history for Renatus. 3/22/24.
Just be there.
Yes.
Man, are we in really? We're doing it a week before April. I mean, I've looked at the countdown on the board, like on how many days are left and all that stuff till the national, but I haven't actually looked at the date.
48 days until the national conference.
Yeah, but holy crap, I totally, oh man, that shaves.
So
I feel like I just lost a week, basically. Even though I've been looking at the days, somehow in my brain I just lost a week of prep time.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny because I thought you were talking about April 1st, like we were trying to pull one over.
No, we normally do this over the end of March into the beginning of April.
Yep, nope. 21st to the 23rd.
Well,
put it on your calendar.
Forkest. Okay. All right.
Man. Okay, so here's a couple of dates to be aware of.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 weeks before the national, on the 14th, every ticket that's purchased after the 14th will not include access to the banquet.
Yeah.
Because we have to place the banquet order on the 14th. On February 23rd, that's when early bird pricing goes up. So you are currently in the early bird pricing window. On February 23rd, it's going up, and get your ticket now.
Yep.
The first 500 are going to get the conference branded T-shirt.
Nice.
After that, everybody will still be invited to come participate, but not get a T-shirt.
Yep.
There will be special offers made at the national conference There will be giveaways that, the closer you are to the stage, the better odds you have of actually catching one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be unreal.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. One thing to say about, you said the 14th, right, for the banquet?
Yeah, March 14th.
March 14th. So,
wait, no. It's got to be 2 weeks before. I think it's actually the 7th.
Okay.
I did that math wrong.
Well, let's say it's the 7th.
Yeah.
But get your ticket in before that for sure, because even though it's a banquet dinner, it's like a buffet, I think is what it's probably going to be. I mean, we've got to figure that out. But even if it is a buffet, it doesn't mean that you can still slip in and get food, because they are very precise on their count for food and how many people it will feed.
Yep.
And yeah, so just don't do that. Go get your ticket. Don't wait.
Yeah.
Just don't wait.
Don't wait. Well, this week,
Or be forecast.
or you're going to get forecast. This week, we also previewed in email form one of our keynote speakers. So we have invited Mr. Troy Dunn to come and keynote for us on Saturday.
That'll be cool.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Troy is in prime fighting condition.
Yep.
It's pretty fun when you watch somebody. Well, I should temper that a little. It's not fun to watch somebody go through conflict in their life. Troy's been very open about some of the things that he's gone through in the last several years.
Difficult times.
Yeah. But the saying that you always say, hard times make hard men.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not the originator of that. But yeah, there's this saying.
Have you said it?
I've said it.
I have heard you say it.
Many other people have said it before I did, though.
I get it.
So,
tough times make
hard men make good times make weak men make hard times.
Well, Troy has gotten to the point where he is now a hard man. Is that what hard men? Tough man?
He's been through,
he's been through the ringer, and the guy's in prime fighting shape again.
Yeah.
He is back on his game like never before.
That's awesome.
And I am super excited for you guys.
Do we know what he's
going to
talk about?
I do.
I'm
not going to tell you.
Oh, man.
I'm not going to tell you. But I will say this, just to give you guys a little bit more introduction to Mr. Troy Dunn in case you need one. The first time that we had Troy present for us at the national conference was in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter, who at the time was 15. Oh, man, I'm getting old. She was 13.
Yes, you are, Jay.
She was 13. Anyway, point of the story. Shut up.
I feel the same. Well, just as we were talking, I feel the same way. Like with how many people I went to high school with that have already passed on from disease, illness, or other stuff.
Let me pull this one back. So my daughter,
man, he wasn't going to let me go on a left turn.
I was not. I'm going to pull that one back before we get too far into it.
All right, keep going.
My daughter, who was 13 years old at the time, was having a teenage time at that particular moment in her life. And she actually came to the National with me, and she listened to Troy, and she laughed, she cried, and was completely inspired by what he shared, and has not forgotten that. She's now 18, almost 19 years old, and still looks back to listening to that presentation. So that's all the intro I'm going to give you on Troy for right now.
All I'm going to say is ditto that. I, too, have experienced what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And just Troy can deliver like nobody I've ever seen before.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to this kind of, content. And anyways, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, no, don't apologize, man. Troy's phenomenal. I want to give our whole family another opportunity to get to know him and to get to see him in prime time.
Yeah.
Because he's there. He's ready.
Cool.
So he's going to come out swinging. All right. Well, today we have a special opportunity.
Okay.
So in preparation for the national conference, we have invited Mr. Connor McIntyre to come out and join us on the call today. Now, before Connor comes out here, I should let you know that Connor, in his first year with Renatus, and Connor, you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think I'm right. inside of his first year, he actually qualified and was a finalist in the 5-star winner circle contest in his very first year. And that means that
no excuses.
We
right?
got to hang
it
out.
Takes away all excuse.
We got to hang out at the 5-star winner circle retreat, which was one of the most amazing events ever. Anyway, I'm super stoked to have him here. Connor, welcome to the call.
Thanks, Jay. I'm going to have to correct you because you are kind of wrong.
Ah, dang it.
So the first year I took it seriously and actually committed to doing something.
Okay. How long had you been in Renatus before that?
So I met Kendall in 2020, so November 2020, and I signed up January 2021, so almost 3 years ago.
Right on.
My first year, I was in ICM, and I think I made $300 sold an essentials package, and then kind of was just trying to figure out how to do real estate and watching my classes. And then the second year, I recommitted. I didn't really commit until probably about August when I went to go buy someone's threeplex who was in a tough situation. And then I was like, oh, you need to you don't have to sell this threeplex. His name was Seth. And so I instead brought Kendall over. We taught him some stuff, helped him get in a different property, keep his threeplex. He's like, how'd you learn all this? And I was like, well, actually, I joined this community a couple of years ago, or over a year ago, called Renatus, and it taught us all this. Is like, and you haven't told me about this. Why? Because this is one of my buddies, like 4 years.
Yeah,
And I was
that's
like,
awesome.
That's a good question. And so, yeah, and then I from that moment, I was like, you know what? You're right. Like, I need to start sharing this. So I committed. And then that was August. And by December, I was 5-star qualified.
Awesome.
Nice, man. That's awesome.
And then,
That is awesome.
yeah.
So how much,
And then
what,
that-
in months, I guess, how long from that time did it take you to get 5-star, like after you took it seriously?
Well, from August to December,
So
right?
September, yeah,
So it's
September.
All
It was
5
like
months?
it was like in August. So September, October, November, December. So like 4 months.
That's what I'm
It
wondering.
was like
So
December 20th or something, just before Christmas, when I was actually 5-star qualified.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. That's incredible.
And then
Yes.
had my biggest year ever last year. 2023 was my biggest year. Yeah.
That's right.
Awesome. Awesome.
5-star
Awesome.
winner.
So, yeah, tell us a little bit about the 5-star retreat, man, because that was
Oh, that was so fun. That was a blast. I just man, if you could just be a fly on the wall and watch that whole experience, it was so fun. It was the best. I still think about it every single day. I was just looking through the pictures of the Renatus book of that whole week, and oh man, it was cool. Probably my best. I don't know. My favorite moment of the whole trip was we're side by side.
Yeah, I knew it.
Wait, what? What?
So we're out side by siding, and on the side by sides out in, I don't know where we were, somewhere in Utah, and we find this big puddle, massive puddle, and so all of a sudden I see Woody's in front of us, and he's going, I was like, Woody, hit it. He hits us, which gives me permission, which makes sure my wife can't yell at me because Woody did it too. So we hit it really hard and just get soaking wet and come back around, and some other people hit it too. And then I hopped in with Woody and did side by side, and we're seeing how fast we can go and hit this puddle. So we're probably doing, I don't know, close to 60 or 70. We're going up the hill, back down, hitting this puddle super hard. And there ends up being this trailer probably, I don't know, 30 feet, 20 feet from this big puddle. And we're just having fun, not really sure if we're hitting it or not. Afterwards, we find out we were hitting it, and some guy came over and was just ripping, he was ready to go. He was swearing at us. And Bob was there taking pictures on one end. And the coolest thing ever, I got
the
to
guy
see Bob,
or of something
Of Woody,
else?
of
Of
Woody.
Woody. Okay.
Woody,
Yeah.
he's yelling at Woody that we're spraying somebody else's trailer with all this mud and everything. And Bob's down at the end, kind of by the trailer, taking pictures of us hitting and videos of us hitting this puddle. And the guy comes over and starts cussing us out and cheers out. And I just got to see the coolest experience ever of watching how Bob took that and used what he teaches in a negotiation class, and completely diffuse the situation and unarm the guy, and just see how respectful Woody and Bob were in that situation. When me being young in that situation, I would think the first thing I'm going to do is come back hard at him and and not diffuse the situation.
Just to be really, really clear, just so everybody knows, when Connor's talking about this situation, the wave that was coming out of the puddle was sizable, and it did splash on this trailer. But I mean, we're talking a little bit of muddy water splashed on the side of a trailer that's outside, that is parked close enough to this puddle that it is, and it's not like this was the first vehicle to go through this puddle.
Right.
This thing was dug in deep puddle, right?
Yeah.
And there was just a little bit of muddy water that was splashing up on the side of this thing.
Right.
And in response, Woody totally pulls out a $100 bill, puts it in the trailer, and says, "Yeah, please let them know that that's to pay for any of the cleaning and expense."
Because I heard that the guy that was yelling at you didn't even own the trailer.
He didn't.
He was just mad. He was just looking for a reason to be pissed off, right? Like,
Yep.
Which, has never happened in this world before. Probably will never happen again. But what a miserable way to live.
There's actually a picture in that year in review book.
Yeah.
Of Connor and Steph together, just covered in mud.
That's awesome.
And Connor, weren't you the one who was trying to get me and Whitney?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He would slow down purposely and just wait for us to catch up and then gun it and just...
Nice. Oh, man. Dang it, man. I'm sorry I wasn't on this trip. That sounds fun.
Oh, it was.
Sounds like it was a good one, you guys.
It was a good time. It was seriously fun. But as much fun as we had side by sides, and as much fun as we had on the boats and on the horses, it was really the time in between. Like, I remember, Connor, going with you in the car and just having a conversation about life and business and how things were progressing for you, and how I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked that you're coming to the national conference. Do you want to give us a little bit of a preview of what you're going to be presenting on?
Yeah. That'd be cool. I guess I've had a lot of thought about this, and I remember when I first got started, I was just like, oh, gung-ho, like I need to do real estate. I need to do this now. I need to sell this education. I need to do everything now. I need it now. And I was pretty focused on that. And I think that really deterred my actual progress in what I was trying to do and accomplish. Even though I had really big goals, I was doing that whole, I wasn't ready, fire, aiming, or ready, aim, fire, whatever we talk about there. I was just firing. And so, but I didn't have any knowledge or things really behind that or skill set behind that to really make it successful. And so it really had to really dumb down to, in high school at least, I played lots of sports. It doesn't look like it now, but I played a lot of sports in high school. And I got to be just really understand like how to enjoy the process, because high school doesn't last forever. That time, like a lot of people here, like I was one of those guys, like I loved my high school experience through sports and everything, but you really got to really tap in and enjoy that process of becoming and growing, and enjoy the time that you're there in that struggle that you're going through at that time, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And so even though we all want to be super successful and we want to own real estate now and we want to do these things, just because we pay 26 grand for the education, whatever we're doing there, doesn't mean we're going to be successful. We have to put in the work. And so, but during that time of us putting in the work, we need to enjoy that. We need to enjoy the process of learning and becoming and going through that learning process to do what we end up wanting to do. And so that's one thing I think, looking at my team and how much it's grown, and I wasn't super aware of it when I was going through that. But now seeing everybody else who's coming into Renatus and is super excited and gung-ho and wanting to succeed and really ultimately just quit their jobs and have a better lifestyle for their family, but not getting discouraged through what they're trying to do. I mean, I've seen quite a few people on my team even like get discouraged, and then they just stop doing the things that need to be done to be able to achieve those goals that they're wanting to do, because they're getting discouraged and they're not enjoying that learning process. And they forget that. And so that's something I really want to be able to share and talk about, because I think it's a big thing in Renatus is, well, we always talk about the best thing about Renatus, and hear Mark Kohler say it all the time. The best thing about Renatus is we have everything.
Yeah.
The worst thing about Renatus is we have everything. People get caught up in the learning and don't actually end up taking action. And sometimes they take action too early before they even watch the class of what they're trying to take action on.
Yep.
And so we need to really enjoy that process. And I don't know, it's kind of what I'm thinking about.
Right on.
In my mind.
Right on. How has it affected you being able to introduce people to Renatus and have them start to get involved and start to make some of those changes?
Yeah. Can you rephrase the question?
Sure.
So,
what has it meant to you? How has your life changed? How does it feel to you to play a small part in introducing people to Renatus and empowering them to make that change in their life?
Oh, it's incredible. It's so cool to see. I mean, ultimately, there's a couple of key people that come to mind is just to be able to see where they were at beforehand and how much maybe not hope they had, and just their mindset and mentality. The things they would say was very just a negative annotation on a lot of things and a wishful hoping, but not any sign of change in their life. And so, and these are people who were really close to us that we hung out with a lot. But to see the change in their mindset and to know, like, I didn't necessarily do that, but I was a small piece in bringing them the knowledge and bringing them something that could help them see that change, and to see them really have big goals now and working towards those things. Even though it's still struggle and they're going through that, but like just to see like the ultimate change in their family and their perspective and their relationships with each other and the relationship with us, it's been super fun. It's awesome. A big blessing. I mean, yeah.
That's super cool. And I feel the same way. When you watch somebody go from that a scarcity mindset to a mindset of abundance, and being able to transform their life and thereby transform. Actually, let me try that again. They transform themselves, which then transforms their relationships, which then transforms their life. That's an amazing experience to be a witness to, and that's how I feel. I feel like I get to witness that so often and play just even the smallest part with people. Not that I'm to blame, but I get to be on the sidelines for it. I love it.
Yeah. Me too.
Ditto that. Oh, man. Ditto that. Oh, that's funny. Mr. Hiller just wrote that. From scarcity mindset to abundance mindset. That's right, man. That's awesome. So, how many people do you think would benefit from getting involved with Renatus?
Everybody. Absolutely everyone. It doesn't matter if they're already successful in what they're doing. I mean, I was talking to a guy the other day who done a lot of real estate as a side thing, but he owns a very successful business. And just showing him and telling him about what I do in Renatus, he's like, oh, everybody needs to learn that. And it's something that people reach out to him a lot of the time of, hey, can you teach me how to do this? How can I set up a business? Because like my time schedule is so thin. Like I can't teach someone how to do this. That's another full-time job.
Yep. But
something like Renatus and this is something I can easily share with them that has the right tools in place for those people to learn how I've learned, even though Renatus wasn't around when I learned what I learned.
Right.
But it's
tripping over sales. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the best kind. You don't have to do anything to find them, right? They just come to you.
Yeah. That's right.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a cool situation that he's in.
Yeah, but even like those kind of individuals who maybe like are on a lot of people's chicken list to reach out to that might be in their contact list.
Yeah.
A lot of those people still need Renatus in one way or another because it not only frees up there, but it helps them to help other people the way they really would want to help people that maybe they can't right now because of their time restrictions with how they run their business and what they're doing. So it's something like that, or someone who literally has nothing and is just struggling with a 9-to-5 job and trying to figure out life and paying way too much in taxes and all of that stuff. Like Renatus is completely 100% for them. I mean, I was making $13 an hour when I learned about what Renatus was, living in a $500 bedroom apartment. So it's just like it's crazy to see like how much Renatus can change people, and it is literally for everybody. And it's really cool to be just that little piece and that connector piece between them and what's holding them back, or connection between where they're at now, holding them back, and what can really brighten their future, and just being that little piece in between. You're like, hey, you need to really look at this and check it out.
So on a scale from 1 to 10, how important is it that people come to the national conference?
10, 11, 12, 25. I don't know.
25.
There's no, yeah, there's no, like, the money shouldn't be a problem. I mean, that's where it really goes from your head to heart. I remember my very first time, like, before it was just me and Kendall here in Idaho. We're going snowmobiling. I didn't know what Renatus was, other than it's just education. I didn't understand the family aspect of Renatus and how big of a scale it was. My first event was actually the Everest conference at Bob's Cabin, the very first one you guys did. And that was even big. It's like, whoa, like, there's like real people attached to this. It's not just videos and stories there. And so that was where it really went from my end to heart. I was gung-ho. And then my very first national conference that I got to attend live, I guess it wasn't, the very first one I did was with Kendall, and it was over Zoom, because it was 2021. Like, it was still during.
Yep.
Yeah. And even that I was pretty pumped about, but I still didn't understand, like, the people behind the picture until my very first national conference last year, or the year before, 2022.
2022, that was the year before, yeah. Yeah.
2022, you guys didn't do it live. It was live, I think.
Yeah, it was live in
2022 was live, so was 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my very first one, was 2022, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So, be to the national conference. If you could give yourself, 2021, let's go January of 2021, if you could give yourself one piece of advice from today to then, what would it be?
Oh, get there no matter what. Like, work your way. Get there. If you need to sleep in your car, sleep in your car, but don't call somebody. But, get there. I would totally go down if I could get there and just sleep in the parking lot in my car just to be there. Like, it's life changing.
It is. It's a valuable experience, and it's hard to articulate like why that is until you just go and you feel it.
But if you do sleep in your car, it's going to be freaking cold. So
yeah,
don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
the last thing we need. Somebody losing a toe because they slept in their car outside the national.
Man.
Yeah.
The national conference is like the money you put into just investing in yourself in that one aspect far outpays itself in so many ways. Like I remember last year, I gave bonuses out to people who were just coming in and signing up. They just spent $26,000 on education. Like, they literally didn't have any other wiggle room in a lot of the cases to be able to make it a national conference. No problem footing that bill. Why? Because it makes it go from their head to their heart. Yeah. They understand the bigger picture with us and really gets them involved in the community rather than just watching the education and applying, which is great. I mean, that's why we have the education applying it. But when you get them involved in the community, your growth and things you can do go so much quicker. Like, the amount of deals that happens here in Idaho that comes just from the community and showing up to events is insane, because people show up to events and they're part of that community. Given there are some who just do it on their own and watch their classes and do it on their own, they're successful too. But I feel it's so much quicker and do so many more deals just by doing that. I mean, just with my real estate portfolio last year, that's where 4 of my deals came from, was just someone coming up to the community and needed lending on different deals. Yeah. And so it's pretty cool to see that aspect of the community and how
that's awesome.
It all works.
That's awesome, because Southeast Idaho is not necessarily known for being a overly abundantly populated area, and you're still creating all sorts of crazy success. Yeah.
It's been awesome to see the as many people. That's where it's crazy. People see where I'm at now and what I've been able to do with Renatus. But it's like, I started in 2021. Like, a lot of these people in Idaho, they've started November 2022.
Right.
And so somewhere in that little realm, and the amount of real estate deals a lot of them have accomplished so quickly is mind blowing to me. I feel like, man, I sucked my first year and my second year, but
The benefit
was still
to sucking is now you can help people shortcut that so they don't have to go through the same learning curve.
It's true. Well, the learning curve is don't go snowmobiling every single day. Maybe watch your classes instead.
Well, I think that could be said. Yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, watch your classes, do the work, become successful, so you can go snowmobiling every day with no consequence.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. That's
Well,
what needs to
man,
happen.
Connor, I really appreciate you making the time to be here with us. I look forward to hearing from you at the national conference. I think it's going to be unreal. And I just, for everybody out there, come to the national. Come with us. Party with us. It's where the business goes from your head to your heart. It's where you take all of the knowledge, all of the systems and process and understanding that you have, and you start to wrap it in the emotion of the community, in the motion of the validation and the recognition of people's accomplishments. That's where it goes from your head to your heart.
Oh yeah. It's huge. Oh, one more thing on that though.
Yeah.
Get your room block, because last year I missed the room block and I had to stay. We stayed at Airbnb because all the freaking hotels are booked.
Oh,
and then we were going back and forth. Like it was.
Yep.
It sucked.
Yeah, it does. It's so much better to be
block
at the host hotel and be able to just get dressed and walk downstairs instead of
Especially
drive
afterwards.
across town and all, have to figure out a car situation and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Then we do the banquet, and then we're there till it's supposed to be 10 o'clock, but we know it doesn't go till 10. So, and then you have to drive back to the Airbnb, and then be back like 4 hours later,
next
back
morning.
to the morning.
Yeah.
We've cut it tight sometimes, but the last couple of years we've been doing a little bit better, trying to get out by 1 a.m.
We've been out by 1, so that's a huge success, because there have been 2 years where I got in my car and it was after 3 a.m.
Oh,
So,
Wow.
I remember those years.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's
But
okay.
that's such a fun night.
It's gonna be a phenomenal night. The night of the banquet, which is Friday night. It's gonna be unreal. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm hoping for midnight though.
You can hope. You can hope. It's funny. Mr. Hiller says that this conversation should have a disclaimer.
Right? Yeah, ends at 10 p.m. Results not typical of any year ever.
He was talking about everything that we've talked about, not necessarily just the national. But
well, it's good. It's good to understand. I don't know exactly where you fall, Connor. You're probably, I don't know, the top 5% of income earners. I'm not really sure. You're probably somewhere in there. Maybe you're at the 5th percentile. I don't know. But point being is you've been successful with Renatus. You've done a lot of things. You won that contest. It doesn't guarantee or imply a result for anybody else.
No,
Connor is for example purposes only.
dude, I think the collective audience just yawned. I think everybody at once is like, oh.
I mean, to me, it is obvious, obviously, that we're pulling somebody out of the community that has created success and done all these things, and that we're not implying that every single human being is going to do what he has done. So
Nope.
Yeah.
We're all born equal with the opportunity to become unequal.
yeah.
So, Connor,
everybody's in a different place, different resources.
Connor, you're a rock star, man. And the way that you've been able to build, that's going to be an example to so many. And I cannot wait to hear you present at the National. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for sharing your time. And you freaking rock.
Thank you guys.
Don't forget, everybody, the reason why Renatus rocks is because of the people who are associated with us, like Connor, like Matt, like Aaron in the back, even with his button pushing problems. But that's what makes Renatus truly rock. Thanks for being with us. Renatus rocks.